Welcome into One-on-One on OSU Student Radio KCY Sunlink Channel 112, live from Studio 318 here on the beautiful campus of Oklahoma State University. And Logan, you went to the women's basketball game today. Good result?
It was a win. I wouldn't say it was a good win, but it was a win.
A win is a win.
Yes, exactly.
A win is a win. So the Cowgirls starting off 1-0. Cowboy basketball getting things going this weekend. But all eyes are on Cowboy football as it is Bedlam tomorrow. The game that we, as Oklahoma State fans, sometimes don't look forward to. But I am looking forward to it for some reason. Saturday down in Norman. Number 6 OU, 8-1. As we know, OSU's 5-4. Do you know what the line has moved to now?
21.
21-point underdogs for the Cowboys. The over-under is bumped up to 80.5. I think they just added more points for the Sooners there. The key for the Cowboys winning tomorrow, Logan, is just don't show up.
Yeah, I mean, don't let OU score 60.
So Vegas obviously thinks that OU's 21 points better than Oklahoma State, an argument that I really don't have. The over-under is 80.5. One, are you taking the over?
That's close because OU would have to put up OU would have to put up close to 60 for the over, I think. So I'm gonna go. Yes.
Okay. So I'll just jump ahead of schedule. What's your final score prediction for tomorrow?
I'm gonna say 58 to 24.
Oklahoma State.
No.
You're taking the Sooners 58-24 tomorrow.
Sorry.
All right. You hear?
It's not something I enjoy doing, but
are you ready for this?
I am.
What did I tell you before the Texas game? And I'm smirking because it happened to end up true. I don't know that I knew what I was talking about. I think I might have got lucky. But at the end of the day, I told you that Oklahoma State was emotional. There was a lot going on, and if they lost, everyone expected. If they won, they got all the glory, which they did. Number 6 OU. Kyler Murray opens the week by talking a little trash, saying he doesn't like Stillwater. He happened to go to College Station and now lives in Norman. So, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense there. But at the end of the day, they're 21-point underdogs. In 1997, they were 27-point underdogs. They won that game. 2014, 19.5-point underdogs. Oklahoma State went down to Norman and won that game. You're picking OU.
I am.
Which means you've opened the door for me to be the one that on Monday I can come in and say I was just a little bit optimistic, or I can say, Logan, you need to start listening to me.
I will start listening to you if you're right.
Monday you're going to have to say, I'm going to have to start listening to you, because if you look at the history, when they're this big underdogs, Robert said it on Wednesday, they are still motivated. They are still emotional. They still want to win this game. I think if Oklahoma State plays perfect football, they'll have a chance. I think they play perfect football Saturday. 41-34 Oklahoma State wins.
I don't know. It's always an emotional game, though, and it's so hard to pick when we win. Because you're right. This is the exact kind of year where we go in there and win in Norman.
That's literally the only basis for my picking. It's been done before.
Right.
But OU's also beaten Oklahoma State 87 times.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of where my pick comes from.
So I'm going to go with the better history for Oklahoma State and 41-34. I think that Taylor Cornelius plays really well tomorrow.
I hope you're right.
I hope I'm right, too.
That's all I can say. I hope you're right, Reed.
It's going to be a little cold down in Norman. Perfect football weather. Justice Hill's talked some trash on Instagram. So a little back and forth here between the Cowboys and Sooners.
I think he's going to have a great game. Win or lose, I think
he did last year.
Yeah,
he did last year.
He takes it personally. We mentioned that Monday and Wednesday, but he takes this game a little bit differently.
That's why he's my favorite Cowboy, because he despises OU the most.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think is very important here. But as important as that game is, Bedlam Saturday or tomorrow, I guess it is, there's also a lot of college football that is going to be taking place. Some important games. We'll start in the Big Ten. Number 10 Ohio State at number 18 Michigan State. Now here's the interesting thing. Ohio State, if they are anyone else, they're not number 10.
Right.
They've only got the one loss, but they got blown out by Purdue. They almost lost to Nebraska at home last week. Nebraska is awful, like historically bad by Nebraska standards. Worst team they've ever had. Number 10 Ohio State at number 18 Michigan. Who do you have in that battle of the Big Ten?
I'm gonna take Michigan State because they're the home team, and Ohio State has struggled like you just mentioned. This is a big game for Ohio State. I will say. I think that might give them a little bit of an edge because if they lose this game, like it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
The season's over. Like not really because they have a couple more games, but
by Ohio State standards,
they would only the only thing they would have to play for is to ruin Michigan's season,
which is a lot.
It is, but it's no playoff hopes. I think if they lose, are they eliminated from the Big Ten championship?
Yes.
With the Michigan win and them losing.
Yes.
So. There's that to play for, so I could see where they come in and well, it wouldn't even be an upset. They're favored by 3.5, but I could see where they can come in and win. But I'm taking Michigan State.
I'll take Ohio State because Ohio State doesn't play well against the Purdues, the Rutgers, the Nebraskas of the world. They do play well against Michigan and Michigan State. I think that Ohio State wins, and they win big tomorrow. I think they get back to Ohio State football, which we haven't seen in almost or over a month, really.
Is Urban Meyer back next season, just real quick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's back. He won't remember this season, which is good for him, but he will be back.
Okay.
Staying in the Big Ten, Wisconsin, kind of a down year.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Jason Colicchio, his high school quarterback Jack Cohen may or may not be playing at number 20 Penn State. They're both 6-3. Both have some bad losses.
Right.
It's kind of a boring game. Who do you have winning this one?
Penn State.
I think Penn State's offense is just too powerful for Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I think they're just going to overwhelm them. Speaking of being overwhelmed, number 16 Mississippi State, thoughts and prayers to the Bulldogs as they head down to Tuscaloosa. Do you want to get on the bus?
No.
Because I wouldn't want to get on the bus.
No.
Like, I'm sure Tuscaloosa is a nice place.
How often do you want to get on the bus to go lose by 20, 30?
Vegas,
you know what I mean?
Vegas only – see, this is how bad it is, okay? Vegas has us as 21-point underdogs, and Mississippi State, who is 16, but they couldn't even score at LSU.
Right.
They're only 24-point underdogs to Alabama.
But is that because Alabama does the mercy rule kind of thing where they just
maybe
stop after 3
Alabama
quarters?
rarely covers is the interesting thing.
True.
They rarely cover.
Yeah.
I think we're both pretty comfortable taking.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'll take the hard stand that Alabama's going to win another football game.
You know,
I'm willing to risk it.
That's why I love you having you as a co-host, because you take the bold stands.
Right.
You're super courageous, and you're not afraid of what people think of you. That was very brave, Logan.
Thank you, Reed.
I'm proud that you're my host here on One-on-One. I was bold. 24-point fair. Good Lord. Oh, this is going to be embarrassing for Mississippi State. Absolutely embarrassing. Go down to the Pac-12. Number 8, Washington State at Colorado. Last week I predicted they would lose to Cal. They ended up winning late in the fourth quarter, 19-13. They're losing this week.
Okay.
Again, not really, but sort of. Washington State, I love Mike Leach. He's great for Twitter.
Yeah.
He's great for a good laugh, and he is a very good football coach. Had a lot of success at Texas Tech before he locked a player in a closet because they had a concussion and took their phone away. But that's beside the point. At Washington, he was great at Texas Tech. He's been good at Washington State, one of the worst programs before he took over. They are number 8, but I'm waiting for that inevitable game where Washington State shows that they're still Washington State. Colorado has really struggled since that loss at USC a month ago. I think that Colorado wins this game in a relatively low-scoring one by Mike Leach standards in the cold weather. And it is going to be 55, but the wind will be blowing in Boulder. It is a different environment. Washington State's favored by 6. The over-under 62. I'll take the under in Colorado with the upset.
Okay, I'm gonna take Washington State because they're first in the country in passing yards per game. Did you know that?
It doesn't surprise me. I didn't know that off the top of my head, but I'm not shocked.
I just saw it when I was looking at Washington State's page on ESPN. But they're number 1 in passing yards in the country, and I think that Cal. I kind of go the other way when I look at that Cal game. I think that's kind of a wake-up call, and they realize they obviously don't have a chance in the world of making the playoff or anything like that, but they have a chance for a really good year. They're looking to move to 9-1. I'm going to take Washington State because, like you said, Colorado has really struggled the last month.
So let's go down that path.
Okay.
Is there, or if there is one, you can tell me if there's not. Number 8, they're sitting here at number 8.
Yeah.
Let's assume they win the Pac-12.
Okay.
Is there a path?
No.
Is there a path? I don't think there is either.
The Pac-12 is just too bad.
Because
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Michigan more likely, if they win out, which it's looking like they are, good for you, Logan.
Woo!
I think that, Michigan gets in there. Yes. If Notre Dame wins out, they're in there. But if those two teams lose, they're going to be replaced by probably Georgia or Oklahoma.
Right.
So I think it's going to be really tough to get Washington State in there, but I would love to see love to see Washington State in the college football playoff. It'll be fun.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very hard because no one respects the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. The conference that everyone respects, they respect themselves more than anyone else, the SEC. A battle out on the plains, the big East-West rivalry here. Georgia, number 5, is hosting number 24, Auburn. I think that Georgia's going to blow them out of the water.
I think so. I think
blow them out.
Yeah. Auburn, I still think Georgia has a chance to make it into the playoff.
I don't think they do.
I think
because if they were sitting here undefeated, yes, but they're going to have to go to Atlanta and beat Alabama.
Right.
Because if not, if they lose, they're a 2-loss SEC team.
Yeah.
That loss to LSU earlier in the year killed Georgia. It killed them. So I think they are a very good football team, but they're going to lose to Alabama here in a couple weeks anyways.
Do you think they end at that 5 spot, just right outside the playoff?
Probably 7 or 8, because I think Alabama beats them that bad in the SEC championship game. Number 2, Clemson at 17 Boston College. Who thought that Boston College Clemson would be a game just 9 weeks ago? Absolutely no one. Game day is in Boston. Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. They're Boston College, or they should be Chestnut Hill College. Am I wrong for thinking that here? They're not in Boston. A suburb, but it's not Boston.
Yeah.
It's a real problem I have.
It is.
Bone to pick with the Golden Eagles up there in the Northeast. Clemson's going to shred Boston College.
Yeah.
Shred Boston College.
Yeah, you're right.
Boston College prides themselves on defense and hitting hard. Doesn't matter when you can't catch them.
Right.
Does not matter when they can just burn you over the top, which I think Trevor Lawrence is going to do easily. Boston College upset would be really cool. Boston College hasn't been good since Doug Flutie was there. I mean, they have been struggling. They're not known as a football school.
Right.
And I believe they clinched their portion of the ACC if they win this game.
That's how bad the ACC is.
Yeah. Well, when you got Syracuse and Pitt and there,
it's a good basketball conference.
Yeah, very good basketball conference. Clemson's going to be good here in basketball as well.
Yeah.
But I think we're both comfortable taking Clemson.
I think so. I would like to see a Boston College cover, though. They're 19.5 dogs. I would like to see that covered. That would be a win for me. That would be a win for me.
I don't know that that's possible.
It's a moral victory.
The over-under is 56.5. We say a lot of times they might take the over on their own.
Yeah, Clemson,
I think that they do.
Yeah, I could see that.
So really quickly, we have a little over a minute here. TCU at West Virginia.
I'm taking West Virginia. I don't think
another bold one.
I know, right? I don't think West Virginia is probably going to drop another one. Roberts kind of changed my mind on that, but I don't think it's this week. I think it's next week.
Or who do they play next week?
They're in Stillwater next week.
Oh.
That's the one we win.
See, I'll even laugh at that one.
That's the one we win.
Okay.
I'm a week ahead of that one.
That one is a little bold.
Yeah.
So West Virginia, you're taking West Virginia over TCU. I will agree with you on that one. Now, a battle that, a battle for the ages. They call Alabama LSU the game of the century. The game of the century is in Manhattan on Saturday, folks. Kansas at Kansas State. 2 coaches who will not be there next year, Bill Snyder and David Beatty.
Who's the home team? I'm going to take Kansas State. They're
Kansas
the home team.
Yeah, they're like 12-point favorites.
They should be.
It's going to be so bad. So bad.
It's probably going to be the most boring game in college football.
Baylor at Iowa State. Going to be in the snow probably.
Iowa State.
Yeah, Iowa State. Brock Purdy's just too good.
Yeah.
He will do what we should have done to Baylor on Saturday. Number 19, Texas at Texas Tech. A 6 o'clock game, so nighttime in Lubbock. Tortillas will be flying.
I'm taking Texas Tech.
I would agree with that. I think Texas Tech pulls an upset, although Alan Bowman is not going to be playing. So that hurts me a little bit on that pick, but we're both picking Texas Tech. Sorry, Sam Ellinger. Wipe your tears. Yep, sorry about that.
Ryan's
Anyways.
behind the camera. I like it. Getting the crew involved.
All right, we're going to come back and talk about the NFL, the blowout win for the Steelers last night, and whether or not they need Le'Veon Bell. We'll be right back on One-on-One, OSU Student Radio, KQI, Sunlink, Channel 112.
One-on-One is brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. Visit Facebook.com/TinkerFCU. While you're there for your family, we're there for you. Tinker Federal Credit Union. And OSU Communications. Not sure where to park? OSU Communications has got you covered with parking tips and bus schedule information. We'll be right back.
Determining your future by selecting a major can be difficult.
It's okay to be undecided.
Connect with the College of Arts and Sciences, where your options are endless.
Where you can uncover your passions and achieve your goals.
Express your creativity by exploring a career in the visual and performing arts.
Investigate new discoveries to make the world a better place with a career in science.
Advance knowledge, communicate progress, and contribute to a healthier planet with a career rooted in the social sciences.
Discover your career by looking at the world from different perspectives through the humanities.
Realize a better tomorrow through problem solving and mining data that can change lives.
CAS prepares you to succeed through internships, study abroad, student-guided research projects, and service activities.
With 109 majors, 52 minors, and 24 departments, the only thing missing is you. College of Arts and Sciences.
Connect.
Achieve. Succeed.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
This spring, I invite you to shop in downtown Stillwater. Downtown Stillwater is home to locally owned shops, boutiques, eateries, and dependable professionals that you can trust. Find the perfect gift for your graduate, have a delicious meal with mom, or just stop in to enjoy great spring savings. By creating a demand for local goods and services, you can ensure a place for the local businesses that help give our community character and keep it unique. On behalf of Downtown Stillwater, thank you for shopping local.
Welcome back to 101 on OSU Student Radio KXUY, Suddenly 10-1-12, live from Studio 318, here on the eve of a big Bedlam upset for the Cowboys. You heard it here first, Logan. But last night, the Panthers, it might be what happens tomorrow. I don't know. But the Steelers beat the Panthers 52-21, a blowout. They set the record for the fastest 3 touchdowns in NFL history. It was like 20-some seconds.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It was impressive.
But here's my question I'm going to pose to you.
Okay.
Steelers beat the Panthers 52-21. Panthers are widely regarded as one of the better teams in the NFC. Came up to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Do
they need Le'Veon Bell? Answer wisely.
Do they need him to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. I would, and if we're talking that's the ultimate goal. So that would probably be, do they need him to get to the next level?
Yeah. I think so. I know James Conner is basically Le'Veon Bell statistically, but I think there's other stuff that Le'Veon does out of like the backfield as a pass catcher that James Conner doesn't do. And I think Le'Veon Bell's a better run blocker. Now I might be just totally wrong about that, but I think Le'Veon Bell brings more to the team. But what the team really needs is a coach that can control the locker room. Because what are we talking about at the end of the season for the Steelers every year?
Dysfunction at the beginning, middle, and all over the place.
And that's another reason they need him back, just to calm some of that down. Because people are still getting asked about Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, and I think the Steelers aren't coming back until Wednesday, so they're planning on working him in to the week and not having Le'Veon Bell there around the team at first, and we'll see where it goes. So I don't know. I think that you're right. Ultimately, Pittsburgh's trying to prop up that James Conner is as good, if not better, than Le'Veon Bell. The Pittsburgh media is, because they're tired of dealing with Le'Veon Bell. But James Conner's not as good as Le'Veon Bell. I don't care how many touchdowns he's had this year. He's got 771 yards through 10 weeks this year. He probably had a concussion last night. You're right, out of the backfield, when Big Ben needs to ad-lib a play and throws the ball out, dumps it out of the backfield, he's not Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
And that's something.
And there's not a lot of guys that are.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, there's not. And he's not. I get it's going to be tough, but it's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks that he's going to be there. He's not going to be a Steeler next year. Right. Everyone knows it. The Steelers aren't even going to offer him a deal. That would be awkward if they did.
Oh, you know what would be worse? If they franchise tagged him again.
Oh,
that would be
hilarious.
That would be hilarious, but that would be awful for Le'Veon Bell.
No, but I think that they're moving on. I don't think that the Steelers were very impressive last night.
They were, and they've always been that way though. They're always like a super offensive team these past couple of years, which is weird because Mike Tomlin's a more defensive guy, and their defense is usually really bad. But I think that's just what the Steelers are at this point.
I saw some tweets flying around last night that referred to oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs again, aren't they? Tear. Because I saw it last night. I saw how good the Pittsburgh Steelers can be, and I saw that nightmare scenario that's probably going to happen. But a big win for the Steelers last night after starting out 1-1-1.
Yeah.
Seems like a long time
5-1
ago.
since then.
Can you imagine if the Steelers played the Browns again?
Oh, that'd be bad.
Get ugly. But
that would be so bad.
There are some games around the league that I want to get to this week.
Okay.
There's not a ton of good ones like there was last week, but we'll start with the Saints at the Bengals. The Bengals started out pretty hot. They've kind of trailed off. Now they're second in the AFC East behind, or AFC North, behind the Steelers. So we're looking at the Saints-Bengals here.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to get our picks in on the screen, so who do you have winning, rather, this week between the Saints and Bengals?
Oh, I've got the Saints.
That's another bold one.
I know. Picking one of the best teams in the league. But that's just what they are. They're one of the best teams in the league. Cincinnati. They're a middle of the pack kind of team. They'll probably make the playoffs, don't you think?
Cincinnati, I don't know at this point.
It'll be close.
I don't know.
But the Saints are a Super Bowl contender, and that's the gap between those. A fringe playoff team to a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the Saints.
It is in Cincinnati. You think that matters at all?
Not a bit.
I don't think it does either. Who goes to Bengals games? I'll take the Saints as well. Drew Brees keeps the high-powered offense going.
Yeah.
Just overwhelms, much like the Chiefs, a very similar offense, Kansas City and New Orleans, as far as what they can surprise you and overwhelm you very quickly. And you saw what they did to Cincinnati, so I don't think the Saints have a problem with Cincinnati at all.
Yeah.
New England, their old player as head coach, Mike Vrabel, is the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Old Patriot, got traded.
Yeah.
Said this week that he was mad at Bill Belichick. Now they've made up. So Patriots, the Titans, and Malcolm Butler is a Titan now. So there's a lot of interesting things going on here for the Patriots and Titans. But I don't care if the Titans beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. The Patriots are going to blow the Titans out.
Yeah.
They're just like the Steelers. Every year, everyone is ready to sell. People who hate the Patriots hate the Steelers. Finally, it's happening. No, it's not. How many times do you have to read the book to write the summary, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The Patriots are going to destroy the Titans, and they'll probably end 15 or 14-2.
They're probably going to attack Malcolm Butler, don't you think?
Yeah, there was
Malcolm Butler's turned into one of the worst corners in the league.
They thought about benching him for this game, the Titans did. So
they should.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah, the Patriots, Bill Belichick's going to have a field day with that one. The Seahawks at the Rams. The Rams coming off that first loss to New Orleans last week. It's some trash talk still going on, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But the Seahawks at the Rams. The Seahawks had a chance to beat the Chargers last week only because the Chargers can't kick. But the Seahawks at the Rams, I'm going to take the Rams. Very bold, I know.
That's a bold pick, Reed. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You're stepping out there and making choices, and you don't care.
Usually I say some crazy stuff on here, and there's just not enough this week that makes me think,
I know,
oh, this team can beat that team. I don't see any upsets this week. So I'm taking the Rams over the Seahawks pretty easy.
I am too. Let me ask you this. The Rams are only favored by 9.5. Too high or too low or just right?
No, I think just right.
Okay.
Typically NFL games are closer. They're not a 52. 52-21's not going to happen in LA Sunday.
Yeah.
That doesn't typically happen. Well, back to that Steelers game really quick. Do you know who replaced Ben Roethlisberger last night when the game got out of reach? It wasn't Mason Rudolph.
It was not Mason Rudolph. It was the guy at Tennessee, right?
Yeah, Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah.
So I don't know where Mason's fitting in there, but
he was fitting into his sweats on the sideline. I saw him.
Boom roasted. So Mason Rudolph was not on the field last night, but maybe he will get there someday. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Nathan Peterman gets out there. Why can't Mason?
Collusion. I like it. The Cardinals at the Chiefs. Here's my bold one of the week.
Oh, yeah, Reed, I'm sure.
The Cardinals will upset the Kansas City Chiefs this week.
With conviction, he says that. Whatever, Reed.
Leftwich,
can't keep doing this.
The new offensive coordinator, Leftwich, he's had some times. He said he changed some plays. I think you're going to see a breakout game for Josh Rosen in a quiet Arrowhead Stadium.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's quiet there all the time.
Go Cards.
Oh, my gosh. How old's Larry Fitzgerald?
58.
Okay, he's too old. So, and he's their best player probably.
In all fairness, the Chiefs will probably make him look like a Hall of Famer again. He is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
but
he is.
They'll make him look like
he's in his prime.
A prime Hall of Famer tomorrow or Sunday.
Reed, your Chiefs are favored by 16.5. I'm going to take the over.
You're going to take...
I'm taking the over. The Cardinals are so bad.
You're taking the Chiefs and the points.
Yes.
I don't like your thinking here,
Reed,
Logan.
When we do this, I'm always right, and you love it. And you really don't believe that. You don't believe the Cardinals are going to
The only time I picked didn't pick for the Chiefs, or against the Chiefs rather, and you didn't pick the Chiefs, and we didn't have a show.
Yeah.
And you know what? That was on you, and I blamed you for that, and I stick with it. I'm still a little mad about that. We could be undefeated. But I just have to pick the Cardinals. It is tradition. Giants at 49ers Monday night. I put this game on the list simply because it's an atrocity. It's an embarrassment to the NFL. It's an embarrassment to the NFL.
This is what Monday Night Football is all about, right? It's putting up Eli Manning and
Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins.
If that's even his name.
I think that is his name. I mean,
this is going to be awful.
It's going to be a great game for Saquon.
The 49ers will win, I think, by 17 points.
They're only favored by 3.5. You think
31-14.
Okay.
31-14, they will win. It's going to be such a bad game.
It is. It's going to be unwatchable for sure. I mean, I can't think of a reason to watch except Saquon and maybe Odell.
Yeah, and they can't even get Odell the ball because he doesn't catch wounded ducks flying through the air. So I'm going to ask you your midseason MVPs really quickly, or you can do MVP, offensive player, and if we can get to it, a defensive player.
Okay. Well, MVP. It's Patrick Mahomes, Reed. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I like
it's
it.
Not even.
I like
it's not even close.
Keep going, Logan. Keep going. And your offensive player of the year, Kareem Hunt, right? Yeah.
I would pick Tyreek over Kareem, maybe.
But
that'd probably be Todd Gurley if I was really going to pick an offensive player.
I will accept it. Do you have a defensive player of the year?
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack, even though he hasn't played, and he's missed, 3 games now? 2-3 games?
Yeah, but did you see his first, however long he played before that? His stats are insane.
Did you see the interaction between the NFL reporter and the Raiders fan who said something to the effect of, well, it doesn't matter. If you see he's hurt, John Gruden knew what he was talking about. And the guy tweeted back, I don't think you understand that Khalil Mack and the Raiders have the same amount of sacks in the past 2 weeks, and Khalil Mack hasn't played.
Exactly.
0.
Exactly. That guy, he just has a different impact.
Oh, Raiders fans, keep it coming. For a decade, Logan, they will be bad.
That's great.
I'm going to have to go Patrick Mahomes as well. And I know it's kind of unfair, but for my offensive player of the year, I'm going to take Drew Brees. It's 1 and 2 right there. I'm going to go Drew Brees. It's unconventional to go quarterback there because that kind of is reserved for a running back. I think you're onto something with Todd Gurley. I think that's a really good pick. But Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees have just been phenomenal so far. So I'm going to go with Drew Brees and Patrick Mahomes right there. And for my defensive player of the year, I'm going to say Aaron Donald because he's been the only consistent positive thing on that Rams defense.
That's kind of surprising though, isn't it? Like going into the year, we were saying this was the most talented defense and they were going to be able to just rush 3 and get plenty of pressure. It's really just Aaron Donald.
And part of that problem is Marcus Peters, who took a jab at Sean Payton because apparently Sean Payton was jawing on the sideline. He also said that he liked the matchup in that game. Why not? They threw to Michael Thomas 6 times on Marcus Peters. They completed 6 passes. I get Marcus Peters doesn't like being talked about like that. No one does. But at the end of the day, just don't get burned.
Yeah.
One of the responses to the tweet was, I didn't know burnt toast could talk. I mean,
it's good.
It is great.
Twitter's undefeated.
I mean, I get that he's mad.
Yeah.
But he has been awful this season. And to say, just keep talking, and then we're going to finish it off eating a big bowl of gumbo. What? What?
They didn't trade for him because he's good at trash talking. They traded for him because they thought he was a good corner.
Well,
the Chiefs came out on top in that deal.
So far they have, but they play next week on Monday Night Football. We will see how he can cover Tyreek Hill.
Badly.
We're going to come back, talk about your favorite segment, the NBA. See what we can get to, some talking points in the association. We'll be right back on 101 OSU Student Radio KXUI 7.
University. Get your master's degree in accounting, business administration, theology, engineering, computer science, or cybersecurity from Oklahoma Christian University. Apply at oc.edu/grad. Oklahoma University is committed to offering the best graduate school experience we possibly can. Come learn and grow with us. And The Table. Stop by The Table on Thursdays at 8 p.m. to join their Bible study. Shoot Rachel an email at rachel@thetableosu.com for more information. We'll be right back.
my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Welcome back to 101 on OSU Student Radio KXUY Sunlink Channel 112, live from Studio 318 here on the eve of Bedlam football. But right now, we are talking about your favorite thing, Logan.
Yes.
The NBA. It's like watching the Real Housewives of 30 different cities at times, because it is petty, 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 drama, drama, drama. But the people love it. The people love it. I want to start with, we're going to go off script here a little bit, off the rundown here. And that is how bad Carmelo Anthony was last night.
Oh, my gosh. He had his best game for the Thunder last night. What are you talking about?
That's not a lie. The one field goal that he did made was a goaltend.
And it wasn't going in anyway. Yeah. Ryan's doing the high-five block they had on him last night. He's washed.
I think that Daryl Morey is really smart.
Yeah.
I think that he's really smart. But that has got to be the dumbest thing that he has ever done is sign Carmelo Anthony. And I don't think that you're open to criticizing Sam Presti for it, because you didn't know that he was going to be that bad.
Right.
With the Thunder. He was that bad. But I don't know. I think that it's going to be, okay, stop, pause. We've got some breaking news here.
Okay.
The Saints fear Dez Bryant tore his Achilles at practice today.
Oh, no. Everyone behind the camera is just, oh, no.
If that's real.
Poor Dez.
That is real.
That is bad.
Landon just sent that to you. Correspondent here, Landon.
Is that a verified? Does that Twitter have a blue check mark, or is that a
We're about to find out. We're doing
some investigation. This is great. This is breaking news.
Oh.
You heard it first on 101.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I broke that news, if I just got tricked by Landon,
yeah,
we're gonna have problems on live TV. Yeah, I mean, it's on Bleacher Report. Dez Bryant was helped off the field at Saints practice after suffering what the team fears may be a torn Achilles. That's from Ian Rappaport.
Throwing up the X. I see you, Ryan. Ryan's throwing up the X behind the camera.
That is bad.
That is bad.
That's
unfortunate.
I hate that.
That
sucks. That sucks for the Saints, and especially for Dez Bryant.
Right.
That's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. I'm gonna a loss for words. Man, I mean, Dez Bryant is a former Oklahoma State guy, which is why I am a Dez Bryant fan. But waiting for as long, finally got a great opportunity to sign with a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, obviously the Dallas Cowboys were never going to get him a ring.
Right.
So he finally had a real opportunity. That is very unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I mean, for the Saints, they were fine without him. That was just adding another element to that offense. But for Dez Bryant, that's awful. That's unfortunate. But we'll get back to the NBA, I guess, here. We were talking about how bad of an idea that was for Daryl Morey to sign Carmelo Anthony, and it is certainly looking like an awful deal.
Right.
An awful deal. I'm so shocked at Dez. I'm just shocked.
Yeah, no.
That is awful. That's awful.
That is.
I guess we're not meant for breaking news here on 101 because that totally derailed everything.
Where do you think does he get on another team, or does he just retire?
Dez Bryant's done.
Yeah.
Now, he's done. I mean, he'll be out at least a year, if not more, to rehab that. And he wasn't a burner type speed guy anyways to begin with. That's only going to take more speed away from him. He could still be physical, but teams had a hard time signing him now.
Right.
And his worth You know, he set a high standard for what he thought he was worth. Ended up signing for that $600,000. He's not. I don't think he's going to get another deal.
I don't either. That's kind of what I was thinking. That's unfortunate.
That's very unfortunate.
One of the all-time greats at Oklahoma State.
Certainly on a long list of great wide receivers to come out of wide receiver U, but that is unfortunate. Sorry, we'll try and stick to NBA here. The best in the East. We'll start there.
Okay.
The Raptors are 11-1.
They are.
The Bucks just destroyed Golden State last night, and they are 9-2. And the Celtics are 7-4 in that third place, and the 76ers are right behind them. The rest, what we expected, is just a dumpster fire to finish out through the 8 seed. And certainly, I mean, the Wizards are terrible.
The Wizards are 2-8.
Knicks, Nets, Hawks. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. But who's the favorite now in the East? Do you still believe in Boston with what they were able to accomplish last year without Gordon Hayward and Kyrie?
I do, because of what happened last night. Going into last night, I was kind of worried about him. But you get down to an awful Phoenix team and fight your way back. That's what winning teams do. You don't drop the easy games. And it looked like they were going to. But I think Brad Stevens has kind of figured out who his best 9 guys are and how he has to play those guys. I think we're going to start seeing a turnaround. I hate to say this, but he should not start Gordon Hayward, because Gordon Hayward's just not ready yet. Jaylen Brown should have that starting spot right now. And until Gordon Hayward gets back to, close to what he was 2 years ago before he got hurt, I think you have to play Jaylen Brown, because Jaylen Brown's just a better player right now. But I think Brad Stevens is figuring it out, and you saw it last night. You can chalk that up to a young Suns team that doesn't know how to win, or a great Celtics team that does know how to win. Yeah, I tend to take the Celtics know how to win approach.
Well, the play that Brad Stevens drew up, where Kyrie went off the left side of the arc and just passed it back to Morris. I mean,
Brad Stevens is he's probably the best out of bounds guys ever.
So if you're drawing that up, obviously you're very smart, Logan, but Brad Stevens' basketball IQ is up there.
Off the charts.
But suppose you came up with that play. Do you have faith that Morris is going to hit that shot?
I have faith that he'll take it and think he'll make it.
But I'm talking about there's certain guys in the league where you're going to say, okay, he's going to make that shot.
Yeah. See, number 11 for the Celtics is a guy like that. Kyrie probably hit the most clutch shot in finals history. You would rather have it in his hands, but I think that's kind of the Celtics' identity. It's the open man gets the shot. It's kind of like Golden State.
Yeah, but the Suns knew that too.
Yes.
The Suns knew that Kyrie the ball was going to be in Kyrie's hands. That's exactly what happened, and it was a great pass. The Suns fell for it. You see it right there as Morris just
nails it,
and then beat him pretty handily in overtime.
Yeah.
So you think that the Celtics are going to be all right? They fixed their offensive woes.
They're on their way to.
It was a bad trip out west.
It was
a very bad trip out west.
I think they're on their way to figuring it all out.
So if they've got it figured out, you think that they'll probably end up the number 1 seed?
No.
We're only 10 games in, 11 games in.
And they're only 3.5 games behind the Raptors, but the Raptors have to hit some kind of slump for me to not pick them to finish first now. Just because they didn't slow down at all adding Kawhi Leonard. They just got better immediately.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know. I'm going to give you a moment really quickly to be petty.
Okay.
Have your Kawhi moment, because people
last year.
Go ahead.
Everyone gave me so much flack for loving Kawhi Leonard and saying he's one of the best players in the league when he's healthy. Everyone just called me. Everyone asked if I was hurt all the time. Everyone asked if I was going to sit out, if I was going to transfer to a different school, and all this stuff. But guess what, guys? Kawhi's one of the best players in the league when he's healthy. He's the best two-way player on the planet, offense and defense. He has taken the Raptors up to another level in the East, made him a finals contender. That's all I got to say. I was right. I have been vindicated for last year.
I just clapped like Les Miles.
I appreciate it.
Scary. A real clap right there. Good for you, Logan. You needed that moment. You needed that outburst. People had problems with you last year. And
Chris.
Yeah. Looking at you, Chris Notch.
I'm going to say the names. Chris.
Logan M. Logan Mosier was right on Kawhi. He is still good at basketball. Hot take. So there's your moment. The Raptors are really good there at 11-1. They're not going to obviously keep up this type of pace, but they are, very impressive right now. A team out west that's pretty impressive right now is the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
The Denver Nuggets barely missed the playoffs last year, lost to Minnesota. Obviously, that's not going to happen again. But how good are the Denver Nuggets? Okay.
They're super good.
No chance that they finish 1 in the West.
No.
No chance.
But they could be 3 or 4.
You don't think they can finish 2?
I don't. I don't think they're the second best team in the West. I think they're off to a hot start, and they have a great young team. They're going to be good for a long time, but they're young. I think they're going to slip up eventually, go on a little bit of a losing streak. They're still I think they're still one of the top 4 teams in the West, but I don't think they're 2. So I don't think they'll end at that 2 spot.
I see listen.
The West is a tough place to play. It's easy to go on a skid.
That's why for 82 games, I don't know. The Nuggets are going to make the playoffs.
Yes.
But I just don't know. I just have a problem caring because at the end of the day, we know that it's not going to make a difference in the end because there's only one team that's coming out of the West.
Yeah, but you get to see like the young people that are coming up, and you get to see who's next. Denver's one of those teams that's next. Denver and Utah are next.
Win. Golden State's probably got 3 good years left in them.
That depends if Durant stays.
They won titles without Durant.
They lost without him too, though.
That's true.
So there's a chance.
The Thunder have lost. They never won with him, and they've lost with him and without him. So there is that stat for you.
All the shots, Reed.
Well, Westbrook's got a hurt ankle, and it appears the Thunder are I can't even say it with a straight face. They're not all right without Kevin Durant, but they've won, 7 straight now?
Yeah. 7 in a row.
That's an impressive bounce back there for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yes.
Westbrook, thankfully, didn't tear anything. It's not a significant injury, but a nagging injury that hopefully doesn't linger for very long.
Right.
So we will see there what's going on with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Steph injured last night as well.
Yeah.
And it's something we'll get to after we've got the bench mob coming up here in just a few seconds. But Enes Kanter, I have something written down here that I want to get to about his little Twitter feud, and he might be a bigger baby than Joel Embiid.
Okay.
So we'll throw it to the bench mob really quickly and come back with some MLB and some MMA talk right after that.
What's up, guys? This is your Bench Mob Thunder update. I'm Shane Steinkraus here with my man Ryan Harris. We're talking a little Thunder basketball here. Russell Westbrook went down with an ankle injury against the New Orleans Pelicans. Very scary. He turned that ankle really bad. But it seems like he's going to be out just only a few weeks.
I mean, I've seen things that say he might be back next week. Obviously, this is one of those injuries that's going to be day to day. It is going to depend on how.
Well, we're having some technical difficulties there, which we will try and get that figured out here in the next segment. But we'll stick on the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Wait, can we talk about Carmelo Anthony for a little bit?
Really quickly.
I'm just going to provide some proof that he's washed. 2 years ago, his last year in New York, 22 points a game, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 assists. And then next year drops in OKC to 16 points, and now he's at 13 points. I'm going to give you some other guys that were great scorers in their day, but whenever they have a drastic fall-off, it just shows that it's over.
Right.
Dominique Wilkins, his last year in LA when he was with the Clippers, he averaged 29 points a game that year. The next year, 17.8 points. Then he didn't play in the league. He went overseas. Then he came back and averaged 18, then went overseas again, and then averaged 5 points to end his career. And then there was another guy I had up here. I can't find it. So that's all I got. That's just proof he's washed. It's over.
He is struggling. So we'll talk about Enes Kanter here really quickly. Joel Embiid, I'm not a fan of what he does on Twitter.
Really?
The Hawks tried to make light of, it could have been a bad play. He got flipped. He could have been injured. Had he been injured, the Hawks would not have tweeted this. But Enes Kanter all of a sudden has a problem with saying a high schooler probably runs their Twitter account. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay? You are a high schooler that runs a Twitter account. You are the most immature guy in the league next to Joel Embiid.
I think he's more immature than Joel.
So he can't even back it up.
Exactly.
So if you're not fine with getting trolled, just stop. Just stop. But we'll be right back to talk about Tim Tebow maybe starting in AAA, or maybe the Mets are just that bad. I don't know. But we'll talk about that here next on 101 on OSU Student Radio KXUY Sunlink Channel 112.
The Oklahoma Air National Guard at 800 go to A&G or visit their website at goang.com/OK for more information about how to get 100% college tuition. And Unitarian Universalist Church. If you're looking for a church home, visit Unitarian Universalist Church of Stillwater, located at 320 South Stallard Street. They offer an alternative spiritual path and welcome all races, religions, and beliefs. They are also LGBTQ friendly. Services every Sunday at 10:30. We'll be right back.
Stillwater Medical Center now offers a convenient way to view your health information online. It's secure, easy, and free. Our hospital and clinic patient portals allow you to view results and reports, medications and allergies, track visit histories, view upcoming appointment information, and see your statements. To enroll, go to stillwatermedical.com and click on the patient portal link near the top right of the page. If you have questions, please feel free to call 405-533-6010.
Welcome back to One-on-One on OSU Student Radio KXUI Sudlink Channel 112. As you saw right there, Bryce Harper from the All-Star game, he rejected his contract with the Nationals, 10 years, $300 million with no opt-outs.
I was about to say, to be fair though, that contract had no opt-outs.
Yeah,
10 years is a long time.
And he was looking for $400, not $300.
Right.
So they're $100 million short on what he wants.
That's a lot of money.
No opt-outs for a decade. What is Bryce Harper supposed to do with that deal? I mean,
I would take it. $300 is a lot of money. I would wait. Well, I would wait until someone else offered me something better. You know what I mean? 'Cause someone will offer him the $400.
Yeah, somebody's gonna offer him the $400.
You can just wait until you get the $400 offer, take it to the Nats, and be like, match this. Or I'm out.
Yeah, that's what he's. I mean, he's just gonna take around that offer sheet and have it upped by everyone.
Yeah.
Every time. I don't think he signs with the Yankees. The Cubs. Buster Olney's just now reporting that they are open to trading Chris Bryant.
I saw that.
So maybe opening up some room for Bryce Harper. But I would almost rather have Chris Bryant than Bryce Harper anyways.
I would too.
I mean, he's probably cheaper.
Bryce Harper's such a, his batting average is so bad. What was it this year?
It was the worst of his career.
Yeah, was it like 240?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
So, I mean, he's a great slugger, but that's all he does. He goes for home runs.
Yeah.
That's it. His value in the outfield is good enough. I have a problem with paying him $400 million anyway. I don't think he's going to win you a World Series or anything like that. And that's kind of the money I think $400 million guys deserve.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's one of them.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point. I mean, but he's going to get money from somebody.
Yes.
I don't know if it's the Phillies.
Good for him too. I would love to get $400 million. If anyone out there wants to just hand me $400 million for, I'll do almost anything for 10 years. If you give me $400 million, keyword is almost, but
almost anything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to figure out where those lines are drawn, because there might be some people out there, Logan, that you never know.
Call me.
$400 million.
Yeah.
For 10 years though, no opt-outs. You don't know what it is, but no opt-outs.
Yeah.
So an opt-out of a lot of people took an opt-out on this guy is Tim Tebow. I mean, the Broncos got rid of him, the Jets got rid of him, the Patriots got rid of him. So are we ready for our bench mob here?
I think we are.
We're ready for our bench mob. So we'll get into our last NBA segment, and then they'll throw it back to us to finish off some baseball talk. So here's the bench mob right here.
What's up, guys? This is your Bench Mob Thunder update. I'm Shane Steinkraus here with my man Ryan Harris. We're talking a little Thunder basketball here. Russell Westbrook went down with an ankle injury against the New Orleans Pelicans. Very scary. He turned that ankle really bad. But seems like he's going to be out just only a few weeks.
I mean, I've seen things that say he might be back next week. Obviously, this is one of those injuries that's going to be day to day. It is going to depend on how he performs in practice and in warm-ups on the day of games. And eventually there's going to come a game where they're going to say, all right, he's a game-time decision. He'll be able to go, and then he'll be back. But it's one of those things that he's just got to take it day by day. The team's got to take it day by day. And he needs to wait to come back until he's 100%. He can cut and do all those things comfortably.
Yeah, for sure. He participated in shoot-around today. No limp. Nobody noticed the limp. So we'll see how that goes. You think they can keep this win streak up without Russell Westbrook?
Yeah, I mean, they play 3 of their next 4 at home, and obviously their road game is just a couple hours south in Dallas against an exciting young team. But and they'll get some games. The Mavericks will get some games against teams that they probably shouldn't beat this year, but I don't think this will be one of them. It's still early in the season. They're still kind of figuring things out. And they're going to Luka Doncic a lot in crunch time. So that team's still got a lot to figure out. But I think the Thunder will continue their winning ways with a few more wins. But don't be surprised if they lose one of the next 4.
As long as Dennis Schroeder can continue to shoot the ball, get in the lane, and Alex Abrines can continue to shoot well, I think the Thunder have a very good chance of keeping this win streak alive. You can catch us Tuesday and Thursday on KXCY Stillwater Internet Radio. We're going to send you right back to the one-on-one show right after these messages.
For that segment, always keeping us updated on the NBA stuff. So good stuff from the guys over at Bench Mob. But we were talking about Bryce Harper here and then got into Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow, like I said, rejected from the Broncos, the Jets, the Patriots, half the country. Not the SEC network. He's still there. He had a really good batting average. He batted over 315 for a little bit of July. He had a really good summer. So he's starting 2019 with AAA Syracuse in the Mets organization. And I mean this with all seriousness, Logan. Is Tim Tebow starting in AAA because he's good enough, or because the Mets suck, or because he's Tim Tebow?
It's a combination of the last two. Why did they sign him at all? Because he's Tim Tebow.
Yes.
Why has he been moving up? Because the Mets suck.
Fair.
I mean, good for him. You know, I'm not going to talk bad about him because he's getting to play AAA baseball. That's whatever. But he shouldn't be playing AAA baseball. They're just moving him up to move tickets. I mean,
he has been a big seller for them.
Right.
Every team he's been on.
ESPN covers AA games if he's in them. So
that is a very fair point. I don't see a lane for Tim Tebow to be a big leaguer, and he's only one step away. That's the he's 31. Yeah. He won the Heisman 11 years ago. He hit 273 with 6 home runs and 36 RBIs in 84 games in AA this year. He was he broke his bone in his hand, so he slowed down. But he was hitting 340 in July before he got hurt.
I mean, that's really good for AA. We'll see how he does in AAA. If he can do something like that, and stay healthy in AAA, then maybe I'll rethink it and think about giving him a shot in the majors as like a real thing, not just a Tim Tebow thing. But
last year, Logan, he started in spring training with the Mets.
I know, and that was really to sell tickets.
0.56 batting average, not even 100 on the batting average. I mean, he's 0.56, 1 for 18,
5.6%. That is awful.
0.56.
That is awful.
In spring training against other guys that.
Will he be in spring training this year?
Well, I would imagine.
I mean, yeah.
They sent him to AAA.
He's probably only gotten better, so I bet he is at spring training.
No, it's crazy. So we'll finish off here with Floyd Mayweather. He backs out of the fight.
Smart move.
Yeah. On December 31st with 20-year-old Japanese kickboxer Tenshin Nakasuka, I think is his name. I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm just not sure that I'm pronouncing it right. But he was a 20-year-old kickboxer, and the deal was done, wasn't done. He backed out of it.
Did you see Floyd's Instagram?
No, I didn't see it.
He posted this big, long thing on Instagram. He's like, I thought whenever I got there, I was doing an exhibition fight and for a private audience for a large fee. My team and I were flabbergasted at the press conference, and there's no way they slip this one past you, Floyd. You've been booking your own fights for however long. You make the rules.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. You just didn't like that everyone was excited and was going to watch.
Yeah, he was looking to make a quick extra few bucks, which he doesn't need, by the way.
He might. I think he's pretty close to broke. He spends a lot of money.
He does spend a lot of money, but he is very wealthy.
He's made a lot.
He's made a lot, but we'll see. I'm kind of glad almost, because it's turning into such a joke. If he wants to do something like this, he needs to be man enough to step in a ring with Conor McGregor in the octagon.
Right, and there's the talk for a while about him having a rematch with Manny Pacquiao. We don't need that. We don't want that.
No, he needs to finish 50-0. No one really wants to see him fight. So
no one likes him.
That is true.
I mean, people only watch to watch him lose. So,
and he makes a lot of money off people not liking him. So we are going to get out of here. We will be back on Monday, hopefully celebrating a Cowboy victory. Make sure to take a trip down to Norman tomorrow if you can. I know who wants to go to Norman. Not a big fan of Norman over here.
Kyler Murray likes it.
Yeah, I don't think he really does. But anyways, a game with OU tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday, hopefully to celebrate that. So watch the Cowboys tomorrow. You're watching 101 on Ocean Student Radio KXUI, Suddenlink, Channel 112.
Selecting a major can be difficult.
It's okay to be undecided.
Connect with the College of Arts and Sciences, where your options are endless.
Where you can uncover your passions and achieve your goals.
Express your creativity by exploring a career in the visual and performing arts.
Investigate new discoveries to make the world a better place with a career in science.
Advance knowledge, communicate progress, and contribute to a healthier planet with a career rooted in the social sciences.
Discover your career by looking at the world from different perspectives through the humanities.
Realize a better tomorrow through problem solving and mining data that can change lives.
CAS prepares you to succeed through internships, study abroad, student-guided research projects, and service activities.
With 109 majors, 52 minors, and 24 departments, the only thing missing is you. College of Arts and Sciences.
Connect.
Achieve. Succeed.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
This spring, I invite you to shop in downtown Stillwater. Downtown Stillwater is home to locally owned shops, boutiques, eateries, and dependable professionals that you can trust. Find the perfect gift for your graduate, have a delicious meal with mom, or just stop in to enjoy great spring savings. By creating a demand for local goods and services, you can ensure a place for the local businesses that help give our community character and keep it unique. On behalf of downtown Stillwater, thank you for shopping local.